Happy Memorial Day, everybody. I am Conrad Cushman, representing Everything Pro Wrestling. The man beside me is the co-creator of Clash of the Podcast, my good friend and yours, Sean Hubbard of Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. He is swag anointed. He's rocking it tonight. I'm not gonna front, man. Brother's gear's on point tonight. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I'm looking at you for a word.
I appreciate it, man. I don't know. Am I swag anointed, bro?
Looking like it today. It's looking like it.
I appreciate you, man. Happy Memorial Day to you and your family and to everybody listening. We're happy to be here.
We are. We got a jam-packed show. We're going to kind of go over the weekend, news that happened into the weekend. I'm sure we're going to miss stuff. That's fine. Not ignoring things. It's jam-packed from what happened between what me and Sean talked about last week all the way until today. Wild. We're going to get Sean's thoughts on Double or Nothing. We're going to talk about WrestleMania New Orleans or lack thereof. NXT Battleground, Saturday night's main event, Raw tonight, Dark Side of the Ring with Daffney, all that and more. And all I'm doing is waiting here until I get my code from my brother Sean so that we know that we're about to kick this thing off.
Conrad, drop that thing.
Man, thank you everyone who's joining us on this holiday over here in America. Much appreciate all of you. For those who haven't, I want to remind everyone, take yourself some time. Make sure that you are checking out the stores. Everything Pro Wrestling's over on TeePublic. You can also get Sean's merchandise, Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. It is on Threadless. Just put in Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, and I'm sure it'll pop up, or Hubbard Wrestling. He's got some pretty good shirts over there. Some shirts, I like to think both of our shirts are shirts that you could just wear in the streets every day. People would know you're a wrestling fan, but they would also just know, like, oh, I could rock this with some jeans and, go out and be casual tonight.
Yeah, definitely not something where you have to go to a wrestling show to wear our stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Rock it wherever you're going to go. School, the store, wherever. We got Clash in Paris coming up August 31st. I want to make sure that I'm just telling everyone about these other shows that are coming up as well. We got London happening, Forbidden Door in the O2 Arena, August 24th. Lots and lots of goodness happening. Sean, before we get into the shout outs real quick, man, we got to talk a little Knicks, bro.
Yeah, man. For me, I've been really, stressing about my team, man. We dropped the first two at home, the first one in agonizing, chokish fashion. It came down to the point where, the fact of the matter was, if you lose game 3, you'd have to do something that nobody in the history of basketball has done, which is come back from 0-3, and the likelihood of that is, miracle status. So for us to get that hard-fought victory last night and reinvigorate our spot in this series, it feels good, man. It feels good. I'm thinking that, obviously, just as game 3 was a must-win, game 4 is pretty much the same. But I will say this: if we come back and win game 4, something special could be happening. So
I wouldn't count you guys out yet. I think I was trying to rally you a little before the game where I'm like, I think they got it tonight. I just have that feeling that the dog's going to be in them.
I want to give you credit. Conrad called us winning game 3. I don't know what you saw or what you felt, but you were on the money. I admit I went into last night being very concerned.
I think one of the things that bothers me sometimes is, let's say a team goes up 2-0. If the games were all close, that doesn't necessarily mean like you had them. It could just be, it went your way this time. When you start, then the next time it's game 3 and the other team maybe wins by like 15, might bruise your ego a little bit. But
yeah,
it's going to come down to who plays the best when it's crunch time. I call it the Kobe factor, the Mamba factor. You got to be able to turn it on. Brunson's got it in him. but Brunson needs his role players to do their jobs as well at the same time when they're going to try to turn it on. He needs Cat. He needs everybody out there who's going to be able to help. So it's definitely going to be interesting. And the same goes for Indiana on the other side. Like when it's time to turn it on, you got to turn it on. And the role players are going to be huge. Those are the X factors, in my opinion, for this game.
And for me, you got to look at Indiana and give respect to Indiana. Shout out to Jocelyn and any Indiana fan. They have lost now 3 consecutive game 3s, and that has turned out to be absolutely nothing. They lost game 3 in the first round to the Bucks. They lost game 3 in the second round to the Cavs. All 3 of those, all first 2 of those series ended up going in Indiana's favor in blowout fashion where they won in 5 games, right? So game 4 is symbolic. If the Knicks can get over that hump and be the first team to beat Indiana in this playoffs in a game 4 and retake home court advantage, I think the Knicks have a chance. I mean, I still go into this situation with a great deal of trepidation because as much as game 3 was a must-win, game 4 is just as much a must-win. I do not feel confident us losing game 4 and then winning 3 straight. I would much rather us win game 4 and then possibly win game 5, maybe lose game 6, win game 7, something in that ballpark.
You have to tie it up and take it back to game 6. Like then now it's a game again. Now it's ball game.
But it's good to know that we are in a situation right now where game 4 actually means something. If we had lost last night, the series would be over. I wouldn't want to talk. I probably would have canceled the show. I wouldn't have went to work tomorrow. I wouldn't have wanted to kiss my fiance. I would have been very upsetting. But the fact that the Knicks showed some heart and we're not going to get swept, and now we're on the doorstep, Conrad, of making this a series. So I'm very excited.
Yes, and for those just tuning in, yes, this is a wrestling podcast, but we got to talk our stuff in the beginning, so that way you get to know us. Let's get through the shout-outs here real quick, and then we'll get into some wrestling talk. First up, Clown13420. Happy Memorial Day, everyone.
Pleasy, 130, 420. What up, though?
Quill says, what up? Conrad, Sean, and chat. Your boy, Sir Quills, is back again to enjoy my 2 favorite bros, CJ and Hubbs, for episode 143 of the best wrestling podcast out today, Clash of the By God podcast. Hashtag EPW, hashtag HWW.
Quilly.
Happy Memorial Day, everyone. Saturday night's main event was 6 out of 10. Battleground was 7 out of 10. And Double or Nothing was 8 out of 10. More than enough wrestling to cover this weekend. Who are you telling, brother?
That's a fact.
It's going to get like that again, too. It's going to be like that a lot this summer. Ray Thompson says, happy Monday, guys. Hope everyone enjoyed this huge wrestling weekend. I did, my brother. I don't know if you did.
Always a pleasure, sir.
Double or Nothing gets an A for me. Great pay-per-view. Ospreay versus Hangman match of the year contender.
I cannot disagree.
Whoa, I'm about to disagree with this one. Saturday night's main event gets a B. I thought it was good. We'll talk about it. I had fun with it. No standout matches. It was memorable, though, for the moments it returns. Big shout out to our friend Joel. He says, happy Memorial Day, everyone. What'd you guys think of Double or Nothing? We will get to that at the top here. Matt Lopez.
Leezy, Fo, Sheezy. Hello, good evening, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. Now let's kick the week off right with the 2 aces of our pro wrestling community. Happy Memorial Day to you too, M. Leezy for Sheezy.
He adds
AEW Double or Nothing so far, the pay-per-view of the year. I cannot disagree with that either.
XG Dub, what's good?
What up, XG Dizzle?
Let's see here. Let the bodies hit the floor. You made me laugh at that one. Clown, if Hubbs hated Cody before, it's about to reach new levels because he just cost Jay the title after that tag match. Someone is cashing in on Jay. I hope not, man. We'll talk about it. We'll save it to it. Yeah. Robert Brown, I think he came from Hub's channel, man. Shout out to Robert Brown. He's from Lafayette, Indiana. He's in the building. Was popping, y'all. What's good, Robert? Appreciate you, man. Deanna. Sean, help me with what is this, bro?
I think she's saying swagalicious, and I appreciate that.
I like it. Sean, that might be the line for the ladies right there. Swagnoided, swagalicious.
I mean, I'm a little icy today. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. This wasn't planned. I just threw it on, bro.
Yo, shout out to our friend James from the Pro Wrestler Shoot. He says Minnesota who? New Orleans who? Vegas. Wow. This guy is a troll, folks. Do not believe James. Terrible. You don't have to apologize for being absent, Robert, man. I'm glad you're here, brother. I'm glad you're here.
You're here. Exactly.
Robert said, "Oh, shoot, boys on time today." I just walked past you. Cut it out. He said that
Just came from a family barbecue and still on time. Came home, showered up, and got ready for the show.
I showered up minutes before this, so you know. But yo, shout out to Rob though and me. We were on the grill today. I'm not gonna lie. Tried the Blackstone out first time today. I ain't gonna lie, Sean. Works pretty good. And I'm usually a charcoal guy, and I was like, I'm a little hesitant towards this.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Cheesesteaks galore now, baby. It could go down.
Oh my.
You know? Steak. Homemade. Miracle, what's good, man? Yo, Miracle, shout out to you, man. I love that you're in here every week rocking with us.
I'm searching for a miracle.
He knew. I didn't have to tell him.
The impossible. There we go. That's a beautiful gospel song, man. Shout out to Miracle.
Yes. My guy, Elite Easy E, man. What's up, E? Yo, E, we haven't talked as much, man. I gotta get with you, man, on the Discord talk-ups, man. I gotta just see how you've been feeling, man. Me and E send each other songs, shows, we talk comics, all that stuff, man. Shout out to my guy E, man. I'm putting his link in the chat as well. Let me see. You're jumping to Jocelyn. I'll let you get that one. You guys
Jocelyn says Conrad and Hubbs, the hardest working men in the wrestling podcast game. Happy anniversary to you too, Conrad. Most definitely. Big up to Conrad and his wife. And Hubbs, I'll be nice. Good on Knicks winning game 3, barely. Facts. Listen, you guys had a stranglehold on the series. I mean, you're up 2-0 in the series and up 20 in the third quarter, and I don't know if you guys just took the foot off the gas, but you guys are still favored. Like I said, Jocelyn, if I were you, if I were a Pacer fan, which I would never be, but if I were a Pacer fan, I would not be worried unless we win game 4. If the Knicks win game 4, the Pacers need to be concerned. But if you guys go up 3-1, the series is over. So you guys still have the advantage.
My man said he never liked Reggie Miller. What is going on here?
I'll tell you something funny, Conrad. I hated Reggie Miller as a player. I respect Reggie Miller as a analyst because he's fair. He doesn't play sides. Unlike that idiot Paul Pierce. I would punch Paul Pierce in the face if I had the chance. I'm telling you that right now.
I do adopt Paul Pierce as my team because he took 2 of my favorite players and they won a championship together. But Paul Pierce was never like my main man, like in it. But yeah, Paul Pierce is a troll, and it's disgusting. He needs to get a life. Oh, there's a bunch of them. You don't want my thoughts on basketball analysts and what they say sometimes.
Well, all of them make me sick just about, but I'm just saying Reggie, for as much as I hated him as a player, at least he has journalistic integrity. That's the word of the phrase of the day. Journalistic integrity. Just like us here at Clash of the Podcast.
Subscribe, hit the like button. Great way to help us out, folks.
Conrad, I do that so well, by the way. That I lay him up every single time, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, you've been on point today. The singing, the clothes. I mean, I really have no complaints today. 10 out of 10 right now, Sean. Eric Douglas says, Conrad, where do you think Ospreay and Hater go from here? Eric, we're going to talk about that and get into it, my brother. Thank you for the comment, and thank you for being in here. Shout out to MJB in the place to be. What's good, bro?
Let's get it, pump, in this dancery. Don't need no hateration, holleration. So just dance for me. MJB in the building. What up, though?
Yo, MJB, I'm not gonna lie, I just saw her in concert, man. I was just looking at the photos of it when I was posting photos. Mary can sing, man. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
Mary's phenomenal. She's legit when it comes to her vocals.
Absolutely. The 2-steps there too. I mean, she knows what she can do. That's it. She's sitting there. I'm gonna hit this 2-step.
Yeah. She's 50 plus, going on 25, man. God bless her.
Happy belated anniversary. Thank you, man. Thank you guys for that. I'm jumping. Saturday night's main event, an A.
Joel. Jeez Louise. Oh my God.
Talk to y'all, man. Guy will gamble. He said, "You're great weekend of wrestling."
Guy will gamble. Always a pleasure, my G. No pun intended. My G.
All good, man. Watched the Knicks at a family gathering last night. We were all hyped.
Me too. Me too. I didn't watch Double or Nothing until about 12 midnight last night because I was with the family watching the Knicks. Huh.
T-Ferg, what's good, fellas? Shout out to all those who gave the ultimate sacrifice this Memorial Day. Appreciate you, T.
I echo those sentiments.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, Deanna said, yeah, that's what I said. Joel said, can't stand Reggie. I mean, if you're a Knicks fan, I get it. Oh my goodness. Rob is not happy right now. He's a Celtics fan, for those.
No, I hear you.
You're a KG and Ray Allen fan? Yes, Eric. I loved Kevin Garnett was probably my favorite player for a long time there. One of them. You know what I mean? I always love and respect Jordan, but KG was my guy after that. Like KG the Kid, he was it, man. Big Ticket should have won more chips. He was a much better player. He stayed loyal to Minnesota as long as he could, I think, before I was like, it ain't gonna happen.
I gotta go. Mm-hmm.
When Wally Zerbiak's your second best option, what are we doing here, bro? I mean, he has
that team with him, Marbury, and Sprewell, they were oof.
Sprewell came later. Marbury and oh my goodness, Reed, was it Reed?
I thought all three were together, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, hold on here. Oh yeah, we're about to get into some wrestling talk here. LeBron over Jordan. I'm going to disagree with that. And I heard someone say the other day, I think it was one of our good friends, Sean, a mutual of ours, that said when LeBron retires, everyone's going to be saying he was one of the greatest. I'm going to tell you now, I think LeBron's great. I will not say he's better than Jordan, though, probably by the time he retires. I think
LeBron James is on my Mount Rushmore, and he's in third place. Yes, I said third place. Yes, I know. I knew that would shock you a little bit. MJ's the greatest of all time, and I give the nod to Kobe Bryant.
Oh, really? See, I won't be mad if someone said Kobe's like just out of their top 10 or in their top 10. I'm okay with that. But Kobe is definitely one of them. And listen, I'm not a Kobe Bryant fan either. Kobe Bryant, Derek will tell you, ruined like childhood. Come on, Iverson, you could do it. I was like, he ain't doing it, bro. This is Shaq and Kobe. Ain't nobody stopping them.
Yeah, Iverson was out, man. The fact that he won game one was a miracle.
Yeah. Yo, guy will get Wally World, baby.
Hey, Zerbiak's become one of my guys because he's a Knick analyst. I didn't know he was a New York. I didn't know he was a New York guy. He's a New York guy.
Yeah. Listen, if anybody knows, this is how you know I'm a real Timberwolves fan. Trenton Hassel, one of the best defenders when they had that team put together with Zerbiak, Sprewell, all of them. Trenton Hassel, go watch his defense, man. It was a key part in it.
A little fun thing that could be on the table if my Knicks somehow pull off the miracle and come back against the Pacers, and you guys, end up beating OKC, which is a very tall. We're talking about clash versus clash. We're talking about the Knicks versus the Wolves in the finals. Oh my!
We won't have any beat because I would be happy with either of them winning. I'll just sit there like,
okay, so you're good either way.
Your heart out. Yeah, I'm good either way. I wouldn't even complain. If the Knicks win, I'll kind of be like, you know what? Good for them because they made me hate them for years. So I'm like, good. But you guys are here to hear some wrestling talk, man. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to Sean's channel as well. It's popping up right here for you. Make sure you're checking out those Hubbonomics every Friday when Sean posts them up, man. Make sure you go in there.
6:35 p.m.
Part 2, I have enjoyed the social media and pro wrestling talk. Very interesting. I saw a lot of comments spark off of it, and I felt like it was Sean's idea first, and I saw a lot of people doing it. Maybe that's just me being weird.
Of course.
But I was like, I like it, though. It was a good topic, something to get into. I was looking forward to it. But, Sean, I want to talk Double or Nothing, man. This is a Memorial Day staple. I don't have a lot of graphics for tonight. I will promise you guys, I did not prepare. I was actually doing the story for me and Sean last night, and I fell asleep, Sean, before I hit set.
Wow.
And I woke up this morning. I was like, it's not there. And I was like, oh, got to do it again. Then I just tagged Sean this morning, and then I was like, he's probably like, yo, what happened to him last night? I fell asleep trying to do it because I was tired from this.
You are a human being, sir.
Absolutely. So getting into this, we had ourselves a show, man. Buy-in. We got 2 matches last night. I'm still advocating for women's tag titles. I don't know how you feel for it. I said once you unify some of these belts, if you're going to do that, you can then have women's tag team titles. I think that you could put some pairings together and get people on screen and do that if that's a thing that they wanted to do. And then we got like a little Ring of Honor, Lucha Libre it's always fun to have that on the pre-show just to get people hyped up for the show.
I mean, I'm kind of sour on women's tag belts, but that's because WWE did that to me. Maybe AEW can do it better.
We need someone in North America to do it right. That's all I'm saying.
There you go. Talk that talk, Conrad.
Let's get into this. I still have my stuff here. Let me pull up my notes so we can go in order and just get Sean's thoughts. Let's start with the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Finals. We had Jamie Hayter, Mercedes Moné, man. What did you think of the matchup?
As I was watching the New York Knicks with my family, Conrad texted me and said, just FYI, the women's opener is fire. So when I turned on my television and watched it on delay, I admit this match tore the house down. I'm just a twinge concerned about the fact that Mercedes Moné is always winning, but I think that's the right move considering what's coming up in July. But anyway, as it relates to the match, countless near falls, countless jaw-dropping moves. This is what women's wrestling is all about. These two ladies put on, and I'm so proud of both of them. Wow, just a fantastic showing by these two ladies. And there couldn't have been a better way to start off an epic pay-per-view like this turned out to be.
I really liked it. I just saw someone send me people are always trying to be funny. They sent me like the Mercedes Hogan thing, and I'm just
God, they're still doing that corny crap.
Not even just that though, but everyone's like, oh, she's winning. Were y'all there when she was losing? Like, imagine, I'm a fan, so I'll put that in there. Like, so you can be like, Kyrie, you're taking this a little one way. Fine, I'm admitting I'm a fan. But were you there when she was losing every week, all the time? She couldn't hold the title for more than 2 weeks. Like, that was horrible. I was like, she deserves better than that. Now she's getting better than that. Like, I think she deserves this. Good for her.
I do too.
I don't know if she's gonna win though. I feel like the luck's gonna run out soon. Like, I thought it could have been this match as well.
Well, I think, with All In looming, that is pretty much, if I were a betting man, which I'm not, I would target that date as the date that we all knew she was not going to lose last night. It's just a matter. See, the problem, here's the thing, Conrad. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but you have to understand that when you know somebody's not going to lose, it makes it a lot harder to make the match interesting. And when you're able to make the match interesting, when the whole world knows that one person is not going to lose, you should be commended for that. AEW put together a fantastic match between two women, to which case we knew that Mercedes Moné would walk out with the Owen Cup. It was no question. There was nobody who thought that Jamie Hayter was going to win. Even I predicted Jamie Hayter was going to win. And I said that I was going strictly with a gut feeling because in my heart, I really thought Mercedes Moné was going to win. And Mercedes Moné won. But the cool part is that even though, I saw your face, Conrad. Even though most of the world thought that Mercedes Moné was going to win, it still was an entertaining match. And that's what it's all about. Okay, John Cena can win every week. Okay, you can have Roman Reigns win every time he defends the title, but are we still interested? That's the key. And these women really did a fantastic job.
Yeah. Shout out to T Ferg, and I agree with that. Some of the best women's matches in AEW recently, Mercedes, she's the common denominator. And I think sometimes it's Toni Storm too. I think what's happening here is that they are trying to push forward to the next level, and you got a lot of people talking, and I'll kind of save it for the end. Well, I'll bring it up now, Sean. AEW's got a lot of people talking. What do you need to do right now then? You need to put on the best matches you can to get people like, come over here, we're back. Come back. Come back. You missing out. You sure? Okay. And I think that's what they're trying to do, and they're going to push it as far as they could go. After that, we did get FTR versus McGuinness and Garcia. I thought this was a fine match. They made FTR look like beast in this.
Technicians, gotta respect it.
What up, D? I hope you guys see right next to Sean here that the chat is popping up. So I'm going to try and go through this. This will help me so I'm not having to click as much and then try to find where I was. And your comments are popping up here. Yes, very good. And yes, thank you, Joel, for reminding me about that. The pay-per-view, you guys can order this if you missed it. I would recommend going back and checking this out. It's available on all of the things for replay. I saw Triller does have the USA version now, so you guys can go and get it after the fact now. But I recommend people checking this one out. And I agree with what Sean said. The technicians here with FTR and McGinnis and Garcia, perfect. And I thought McGinnis looked fantastic in there again, too.
Guy's a grizzled veteran. Gotta respect him.
Shout out to GYV. They had a good match on Collision, by the way, recently. Stretcher match. Mark Briscoe. Yo, Sean, I usually dub one of these matches on the card. This was my sleeper match, bro. I did not think this was going to be as good as it was. It was way better. I was like, oh, they got real here. They were ready to show out.
And put on. I mean, you can't say enough about the talent in All Elite Wrestling. And this match, is a perfect example of that. Just continued excellence from bell to bell. I've said it before and I'll say it again. AEW has the best bell-to-bell talent in the industry. No, they don't have all the bells and whistles and drones. Who gives a crap about that crap anyway? Oh, they don't have drones. They don't have $1 million sets. But you know what they have? They have excellent pro wrestling. And this match is another example of that.
Yes. I absolutely love this one. Ricochet gets the win by use of scissors. Mark Briscoe bled buckets of blood. He even did the throat slash, which we've heard recently that I didn't even put this in our thing. TNA banned from doing throat slashes, like the Undertaker classic. Not allowed to do it. Well, Briscoe did it with scissors, bleeding a bucket of blood in this match. And Ricochet finally gets his first big pay-per-view win. So good.
Yeah, by the way, we're not going to have a complete love fest here, Conrad. I still don't see what you see when it comes to Ricochet. I don't. He did a great job. He did a great job at the pay-per-view. I don't see what you see. I'm looking hard, but I don't see it. But maybe one day I will.
He's hated, bro. Bro, who else could, Sean, think about this. Who else could do a Mr. Clean your head spot? First, Mark Briscoe, I don't know how he figured to put comedy in this match a little bit. Brought out cleaning supplies, put him in a headlock, squirted his head, then polished it. And I was just like, he was like, oh, everyone slapped his head already. So what could I do to be different? He's like, come here, Mr. Clean. And I thought it was great. Mark Briscoe's fantastic. I think he's one of the more underrated gems in this company that people don't appreciate. And I'm like, no, Mark Briscoe's really good. Did a little tribute to Sabu. And people believe that Tony Khan put this match in here because, as Clown said, it's a tribute to Sabu. I love it.
Well, one thing that Tony Khan knows and appreciates is the history of the business. So,
yeah. Weren't they using drone shots in Anarchy? Yeah, I think AEW has been using drone shots.
Yeah, that's a fact. But my point is that AEW doesn't actually talk about. WWE actually talks about their drones. Like they talk about it as a selling point. We have drones. That's how Cole sounds. We have drones, right? Like who gives a crap? Like okay, that's cool. So yes, AEW does have drones, but they're not using it as a selling point.
Yes. Shout out to T-Ferg. Mark Briscoe's underrated. Yes. He says Ricochet is one of his favorite heels right now. I respect it, man. I respect it. Moving forward, let's get to the tag title scene, man. Sons of Texas versus the Hurt Syndicate. I thought Sons of Texas put on a good match. This might be Hurt Syndicate's best tag match thus far, in my opinion.
I talked about Mercedes Moné and Jamie Hayter at the top fighting a match where everybody knew Mercedes was going to win for the most part. This is another one of those matches. There was not anybody, I'm sure, that thought the Sons of Texas would win this match. But they put on to a point where it actually was entertaining. See, that's what it's about. The Sons of Texas and the Hurt Syndicate put on a match that was entertaining, even though the result was never in doubt. That's good professional wrestling.
And I think it's good, Sean, when you can make people forget that the ending is in doubt, or you're like, Dustin hits a big move and he goes for the pin 1, 2, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, there's no way.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dustin did fantastic. I don't know if he was being hard on himself. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter, but he was like, sorry that I let y'all down and all this. And I was like, did he feel bad about the match he had, or is this in character?
No, that's character stuff. He's sorry he let him down that they didn't win the belts.
Yeah, but I was just like, nah, man, he put on, man. I thought he did a great job last night. And I thought Sammy did too. I know Sammy gets a lot of hate online for whatever the reason is, and I'm sure there's a million reasons why people can say they don't like Sammy Guevara, but I thought he did a good job last night. I thought MVP did great, MJF, like it's all fitting together. I still don't know where this is going. I have no clue, but something's going to happen, I think, here eventually in the upcoming weeks. Let me see here. Quills gave that a 7 out of 10. MJB said we need them drone shots in the 2K game. I think you'll get them next year.
I think so too.
Eric says, here's my thoughts. Y'all don't think Jamie's going after the titles that she lost due to the injury to Tony, put her on the shelf? I don't know. I think time will tell what they're going to end up doing with them. With Jamie Hayter. I'm not sure. Sean, I don't know if you have any thoughts on what could be next for her.
It's up in the air. I'm just glad she's back.
Yeah, me too. She's healthy. I love that they made that kind of the focus of the story to her back and the injuries. Agent with agency. E. Always got something with him. Spectrum Internet, I'm sorry, good sir. I think he's more upset he didn't get his hands on that MJF. He might have been. Dustin comes out, starts swearing up a storm. He was not having it. Shelton Benjamin looked great in this match, too, if I didn't say that. He got the win with a super kick, by the way. I loved it.
Shelton Benjamin's been cooking, man.
I think he's wrestled more matches in AEW than he did, like, the last 3 years in the other company. I
think your assessment is right on the money.
What a waste of that guy. Like, he's been fantastic. Like, I didn't know he could still do this once he was in there going. Speedball and Okada.
They hurt people.
They hurt people. Don't make me start singing it. Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Okada, Sean. What did you think of this one? I think Speedball found a way to. I think he smacked Okada a couple times and brought it out of him a little bit. Like, no, you ain't gonna do this okie doke match with me. Let's go.
If you think that my take on Ricochet is bad, I do not like Speedball at all.
You know what? A lot of people say that though.
I am not a fan of this kid.
Let me ask you this: do you think he can go in the ring? I would assume.
Oh, of course.
What would you do with him, though? Me and Rob were talking about this yesterday.
Well, first of all, I give him a haircut.
Yeah, I mean, I listen. Not for me. I mean, what do I know?
I'm just saying. First of all, I give him a haircut. Second of all, he has to work on his promotion. Like, he's not fun to watch. Like, he's very boring. Like, I don't, to me, he's just like.
He never talked in TNA. I never noticed.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I think it's the accent though, because he's from. Those who don't know, he's from Quebec. They speak French. You could hear like the accent in it a little bit, and it sometimes.
Yeah, well, you know what? So were the greatest tag team in WWE history, the Quebecers.
You're done. Get this guy out of here right now. By the way,
everybody, we're like the Mountie.
Speaking of carrying water,
everybody like the Mountie, because okay.
The Mountie always gets his mind.
That's right. He sure does.
He was beefing with Kelly Kelly. They had a TNA show right before this. I wonder why. Just a random free show on YouTube before. Anyway, they were beefing before this, and I saw the Mountie, and I was like, what is going on in the world of wrestling where Kelly Kelly and the Mountie are getting into it on a TNA show? MJB, don't make me say that word, please. Please. I don't want to say aura. Okada crushed it last night. Beautiful drop kick. That one drop kick, I thought, crushed Speedball. And I was going to say, Sean, I think Speedball should try out being a heel or in a tag team. I think he would excel at either one of those.
In a group. I think people like Speedball need to be in a group. Just like I've always thought that, remember I said Ricochet needed to join the Hurt Business? I don't know. He's not fun. Neither one of them are fun, bro.
I'm going to disagree on Ricochet.
Okay.
Speedball, I'm more with you, but Ricochet, I'm gonna say he's been all right.
Easy. You pass me that mute button, and I'll put it on. If you can mute me, then I'll be muted.
He's cut his mic. Rob says, controversial take. Speedball does nothing for me. I know he could go, but he has a very hateable face, horrible voice. I hate his smile. He comes off a stereotypical 80s high school movie bully.
Who's that, Rob?
That's what I think.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, bro. Like, Rob hit the nail right on the head. He's corny.
right? Matt, yeah, he was at TNA Border War. They were going in. As Vince Russo would say, aura, bro, aura. Yeah, if you like this match, wait till you see Okada's next pay-per-view match. I'm telling you, about to cook. And he's going to go full on that one. Trust me. Like I said, Okada knows what he's doing. He knows what he's like. Oh, I have a match for Dynamite. This is what it looks like when I'm watching him. Clothesline, stand up, drop kick. You ain't nothing. Rainmaker. Good night. Just made $100K. Peace.
Bye-bye.
When it's time to have that match with Ospreay and Omega, and they're like, oh no, I know what's going to get him going. Start hitting them chops. He'll show up and put on. Good for Okada, man. I'm looking forward to it. Yo, E, this was the response to what you said. Oh, now you got Quills talking about I'm the Mountie. What's going on this show? What is happening?
In the words of late great Bobby Heenan, everybody.
Oh, Bobby, I miss you.
I miss that brother. I miss Bobby Heenan and Gorilla.
Yes. Did never watch Bobby's Hall of Fame speech. I always get a little teary-eyed when I watch it.
There you go.
Yo, you must be on my YouTube. He said, remember that episode, the karate episode of Step by Step where Cody beat up the rival coach? The coach was Speedball. Yo, he did kind of look like him. I just saw this. Step by step.
Day by day. Come on, somebody.
Sending good vibes to JR. I did not see the update. Let me know, guys, in the chat. I won't put it
surgery, going into surgery.
Prayers to JR, man. Big prayers. Timeless Tony Storm and Mina's next. I'm going to keep it moving here. But prayers to JR. What'd you think of this one, Sean? I mean, it was in a little bit of a tough spot, little cool down. Once again, I don't think we saw anything shocking here that was like, I can't believe it. Well, maybe at the end, but
I'm actually interested in hearing what you have to say first, because I think we're going to butt heads on this one.
I just thought it was okay. Like, I'm not gonna like write home about it. Like, this was fantastic.
So I'm pleasantly surprised to hear you. I'm pleasantly surprised to hear you say that, because I thought it was mid.
I thought it was okay, but it to me, like, if I'm watching you, like, let's say you're doing a review on someone, check. You did everything you're supposed to do. Fist bump. Have a good night.
Shout out to Miracle. He knows the lyrics. The Step by Step.
Yes. Yes. Shout out to Miracle.
The second time around. Going up and down the roller coaster during the intro.
TGIF, man. That's when you knew it was getting late.
Man.
Here comes Step by Step. Am I going to make it? And then tomorrow I'll just watch Snick later. Like, that's it.
Oh, man. That's goosebumps. That's giving me that's chills right there. That's a throwback right there.
That's a different show.
Oh, man. Oh my. All right, you just ruined it. Moving on.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize, everyone. Yeah, it was a match, as you can tell by our subject conversation going back to Step by Step.
Oh my.
Tony Storm and Mina did fine. They did share a kiss afterwards because, friends kiss according to Taz. So whatever, cool. I don't know if maybe that's something that could lead Mariah May back into it. We know Mariah May's contract status is up in the air.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's up in the air at all. She's definitely NXT.
Yes. Jocelyn putting us on game. Step by Step is on Max. I did not know that. What is going on in the chat? Christine Lacken is fine, Quill says. E says shout out to Patrick Duffy and Suzanne Summers.
That's it.
You remember them Thigh Master commercials?
Thigh Master commercials. That's right.
Yo, something is wrong with me.
That's what's up, man. This going back into the time machine.
He said always kiss the homies. Peace out, y'all. Peace out.
Shout out to Cody, Big Cody, the cousin.
Yes.
The Code Man.
There were way too many kids on that show. I got lost eventually after a while. I'm like, what? This is like the Brady Bunch. Who is this?
It really was, though. Well, it was an updated version of the Brady Bunch. People forget that. It was three stepsisters or two stepsisters and a little brother. They remixed it a little because obviously the Bradys were three sisters and three brothers on the man side. But with Step by Step, if I'm not mistaken, it was on mom's side, it was two sisters and a brother. And on dad's side, it was
Two brothers and a
sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Cody came in later.
Yeah, it's the cool guy who can make situations better and fill in when the parents weren't going to be cool. So
there you go.
Yeah, Cody got into a bunch of legal
Oh,
troubles
wow.
later.
Sorry
Yeah,
to hear that.
I do remember that. Yeah. T-Perk says he thinks Mariah is heading to WWE. Could be. That seems to be the rumor going around. And you know what? Good for her if that's where she wants to go. I ain't gonna hate on her. That leads us then to Anarchy in the Arena, Hubs. Your thoughts, sir? That was wild. It was wild.
It was. They went in. I don't understand how Swerve Strickland can have a thumbtack in his mouth or a staple in his mouth. I don't understand how that actually happens, but it happened. It was a lot of blood, a lot of fighting. I love the intergender aspect though. Like, shout out to Willow, you know what I'm saying? Like both of them, you know what I'm saying? They did their thing. The match was crazy. It was like 35 minutes of awesomeness.
Yeah, let the bodies hit the floor. Rob, I think, had said it yesterday. We went nuts. My kid, I revealed it. The intern, we were watching it, and he started going nuts. Like he doesn't even know what this is. He was like, "Yeah." And I was like,
"That's awesome.
What is happening right now?"
People
were letting the bodies hit the floor. All good. Yo, Aaron, what's good, brother? I've seen you comment on some other content creators videos. I appreciate you being in here, man. How you guys doing? We're doing good, Aaron. Thank you for asking, brother.
Aaron, welcome.
Welcome, man. Hopefully you subscribe, man. Check us both out, me and Hubs, man. I'm putting Hubs' link back up in here one more time. Check out the Hubonomics every Friday, 6:35 when he posts them, but they're definitely well worth your time. Back to Anarchy in the Arena, though. You had that. I think the women's aspect was great. Me and Derek laughed at the Swerve with the staple gun. Like, so he gets it finally, and people just keep running up, and Yuta's like, running me. No. He pops him up for the uppercut. No, not you. Just shout out to the Bucks, too. Rob made a gif. It was the young Bucks hitting the gritty in the founding father outfits. It looks so funny to me. I was like, someone make this right now. Hilarious. BJ. First, shout out to BJ. He said, I love the big black and Jack shirts that Hobbs and Willow showed off as matching when they took down the straps.
That was pretty dope. When she unhooked the overalls, that was pretty cool.
I also love that they gave Hobbs the spot where he just grabbed Wheeler Yuta and just threw him like he was nothing. It reminded me of a high school fight that a friend got into, and my friend was Hobbs in that fight. And he grabbed somebody and was like, "Yo, get over here. I'm done with you."
Wow, just I hear that.
Like nothing. Someone said George Washington Buck and Thomas Jefferson Buck. Yo, chill.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was just a crazy match, man. And then Swerve putting on the new kicks with the stomp. Kenny Omega, one wing angel through an exploding table. Every year they find a way to top themselves in this match, man.
Don't tell me AEW's not fan. AEW's off the chain, bro. Like, it's fired.
Someone sent BJ a big black and Jack shirt ASAP.
Oh my.
Make it happen, Beach. That's the Spike Dudley Bam Bam spot for sure.
Yeah, I think Spike Dudley got pressed from the ring into the crowd. Yeah, pretty similar.
I think Bubba Ray did it. I just was watching Anarchy Rules 99. Don't ask why.
Because Anarchy in the Arena was in your head?
Maybe. I think I just wanted to watch Sid beat up the Dudleys too. That's where I just went to. I was like,
oh wow,
yeah,
okay.
I remember this. Absolutely fantastic, man. I thought they delivered on that one. I know some people said that they shouldn't have put another match on the card here. You could have took this one off, but I think you needed it in between these. Don Callis family versus the Paragon. See the representatives on the screen here. It basically is setting up a story where Cole is going to have to defend his title against one of these three. I assume it's going to be Fletcher, if you're asking me. But
it makes sense.
I thought they did fine. I thought they did perfect. Once again, remember I just said the last match, okay, you checked all the boxes. I think they did a good job for the spot they were in, and I'll leave it at that.
I would agree.
That's it. Leaving it there. Just
leaving it there.
I like it.
AEW is fire right now.
Spike Dudley never got yeeted how Hobbs yeeted Yuta. Terrible. I found an app called Game Time for last minute tickets. Let me know about that, brother. Let me know. And then we're here. we're at the main event, man. We talked about Fyter Fest. They did announce that they were going to add some matches to the card here for Fyter Fest. I guess there's going to be some international four-way with Omega. We'll talk more about that on Wednesday. Me and Derek, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. Dynamite Review. Check it out. Main event, man. Ospreay Hangman. I just want your pure thoughts, Sean.
Poetry in motion. I continue to say that Will Ospreay is the best wrestler in the world. He proved it once again. And I've also said that Hangman, for the work he's done over the past year, deserves an Emmy. And I stand on that. I stand on that 10 toes down. I am so thrilled. This is what wrestling is supposed to be. This is what wrestling is supposed to be. Two outstanding athletes getting in there and telling a story with their bodies. Pause. I'm so... I knew you were going to say that. I'm so thrilled with what I saw, man. And win, lose, or draw, we all know that Hangman came out victorious, but win, lose, or draw, to see those two guys put on the way they put on, it's just brilliance. It's outright brilliance. I can't tell you how words do not express how thrilled I am to have seen this. But I felt honored, honestly. As a wrestling fan, it was an honor to watch these two guys perform. It was absolute poetry in motion.
Jocelyn, you are the best just because you said that. And I know Rob will appreciate this because he made that joke several times last night. And so did, I think, Penelope Ford. So I know that you get this. That was about let the bodies hit the floor. Yo, chill, guy. We'll gamble. Come on now. I thought it was fantastic, man. As much, and listen, you've heard me for months saying, like, yeah, I think Ospreay's got this. As soon as I saw the tournament bracket, I'm like, I could be Hangman, but I think Ospreay's got it. We get to the finals, bro. And they went with Hangman blocking all those moves at the end. He clotheslines him, hops out on the other side. When he hit that buckshot, turned him inside out, I was like, that might be it, bro. And it was game over. But it fits Hangman's story. We all thought it was going to be Hangman and Swerve taking on the Bucks. It's not. Hangman and Mercedes, man, it's lined up, bro. It's right here. These are your two big matches right now for the cards. There's one more.
That's the double main event.
It might be a triple though, Sean. I think they're going to unify those other belts. That was the one I called since December.
Okay.
Right on this show with you. It's going to be Omega, Okada, and I think they're going to unify their championships.
I wouldn't be mad at that. By the way, this is how you put together a pay-per-view, by the way. By the way, this is how you put together a pay-per-view.
Well, that's 3 matches. There's only 2 more left to fill the card then. But fantastic work right here.
It's just me, Oos.
I love it, man. Let me see here. I'm going to Clown. The fact they incorporated moves from their greatest rivals. You can't say AEW don't tell stories. I loved it. I love that Paige used big pressure at one point. And Will Ospreay tried to use the one-wing angel from Kenny Omega. Like, that was so dope. I love it. I'm wondering what All In looks like for Ospreay. I'm wondering the same thing. Is he going to be like teaming with Swerve now against the Bucks maybe? Is it not going to be that? Is it something else? I don't know. Wow, Quill said 10 out of 10. Ospreay was awesome, like always. Hangman was awesome. He surprisingly earned the win, but I'm not looking forward to Mox versus Hangman again. We did this already, but there's a story.
I want to piggyback off of what Quill just said. I don't believe Jon Moxley deserves to be the main event of All In. I was very disappointed with that.
I think he's done a good job, Hubs, in riling people up. I think he's done a good job and turning this around. I don't know if it's just him, though. I think you got to give credit to his opponents as well. But I think he's done a good job in, like, take the back seat. What
I'm saying is, though, All In is their WrestleMania. Do you think Moxley deserves to be in that spot? Absolutely not.
It depends on how you're looking at it. From a fan standpoint, maybe not because of what he's done recently, how people feel about him. But from a company standpoint, who do you always call on, Sean, when you needed a champion? You called that guy.
I guess you're right.
When he's not on vacation, who's the guy who made the first big deal at your first Double or Nothing? John Moxley. You know what I mean? I think that's why there's the soft spot for him with Tony Khan. Like, I owe this guy a lot. He did show up when I needed him to. But at some point, you're also right too, though. You gotta say, yo, we gotta pull the plug on this. Can we really keep this going until October? Yo, don't do it, please. Please. And this is not like, oh, it's heat. No, don't do it, I think. But that's just me. Ooh, Ospreay versus Mystico in a special attraction? That could work. I would fear a little bit, but it could work. AEW's Big Four are Ospreay, Hangman, Swerve, and I don't know if T-Ferg's putting someone.
I might venture to say Mercedes Moné.
Yeah, I mean, you could put that there. You could even argue maybe MJF.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyone think Paul Heyman would ever be caught dead in AEW? No, I think Paul Heyman is riding WWE for life at this point. He knows the rules. He knows how to play the game. Yes, Casino Gauntlet, someone's thinking maybe. They could do that again. WWE's ripping off. AEW's ripping off WWE. Who invented the word intercontinental? Jassim, what's good, man? Welcome, my friend. Let me see here.
Oh, I like that, BJ. I like that.
Let me
Little
see.
play on words by the boy BJ.
Go ahead, read it if you want to get into it.
BJ says, let this sink in. AEW had such great stories and dynamic wrestlers that not only could you not predict the winner following the outcome, you could put the loser of the main event of the main in the same spot. I agree, but I like what he said at the end. He says, great stories, better performers. Papa Khan. Little play on words there. I like that.
Yes. In other news that's coming up, man, Toronto announced in the Toronto Sun that AEW is bringing one of their biggest pay-per-views of the year. AEW All Out to the Scotiabank Arena on Saturday, September 20th. Tickets on sale 6/2. Register for exclusive pre-sale opportunities at allelitewrestling.com/AEW Insider. It's going down, brother. It's going to be in Toronto, All Out.
I think my boy Conrad Kushner might be in the building for that one.
Confirmed today. Confirmed.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I was able to make it happen. Now I got to make part 2 happen for it, but
Good for you,
it's
man.
it's happening, bro. I'm happy that it is. That might mean that there may be a Dynamite coming your way, Sean, and probably this way too in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that they moved the show back. It's not Labor Day weekend. I hope people are people. They went, no, we're not doing that. We're going to push this out. So now, All In being in July, I like this schedule better this year. Like, you got a whole month in between. Yes, you're going to have Forbidden Door, but this will give time for these stories to breathe.
Announced tomorrow night or Friday night on SmackDown, WWE Insurrection returning on September 20th.
Stop putting bad ideas out there.
In Montreal.
We're going to have to find a way to cope in all.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's how corny he might be, though. I'm telling you, Insurrection returns on September 20th from the Toronto Sky Dome, but they can only configure it for 10 people.
Yes, I appreciate you, Hassan. Hi there, guys. Happy Memorial
What up,
Day.
Hassan?
Appreciate you, brother. There's only one word to describe it. I'm going to spell it out for you. SAWFT.
So?
I miss it. Miracle said in my city. Miracle, if you end up there, brother, let me know, man. Say hello. Cray in the house. Salute everyone. I should be asleep. I have work in a couple hours, but I had to drop in. Man, all love.
We appreciate you, Cray.
Matt says he's hoping that AEW goes to the Hammerstein again this winter. WWF Rebellion in the Sky Dome.
I'm telling you, Triple H's going to come out with an announcement on Friday. This just in, WWE Rebellion, September 20th at 5 p.m.
Someone tell E to not have the show notes because actually we're leading right into this. He said AEW having in Toronto and not changing their mind to the highest bidder. Well, you may be wondering, what is that guy talking about? And I'm going to let Sean talk about this here because he got to hear about it first, I think, during his Hubbonomics this week. Another good reason to check it out because you get some late breaking news that we don't get here on Clash. So, Sean, let's talk about this a little bit. And this is from NOLA Central, and this is from their group. who actually put the bid in.
The disclaimer says as follows. What WWE and TKO did to the city of New Orleans is flat out unprofessional and a bad look. They took away WrestleMania 42 to give it back to Vegas for a few extra bucks. New Orleans just hosted a Super Bowl for a week. It was amazing, more than $500 million in economic impact. Conrad, I need you to give me the stage for a second, okay?
Hold on, here goes. Sorry, I'm sending a message to
Appreciate that.
Eric.
I need to understand this. It's real serious right now, okay, guys? World Wrestling Entertainment does things in a very, very cutthroat way. We all know business is business, right, guys? But at the end of the day, this is a lack of professional courtesy. It's a lack of professional respect. I want you guys to let this wash over you. And I'm serious, guys. I want you guys to let this wash over you. WWE announced that WrestleMania was going to be in New Orleans next year, which means that whether it was a handshake, a contract, whatever the case may have been, WWE came to an agreement with the city of New Orleans and the Mercedes-Benz Superdome to host WrestleMania. And they reneged. I don't want there to be any misconception here, guys. This is not where something went left. This is not where something was almost in the works or possibly was going to happen. No. WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, came to an agreement with the city of New Orleans and with the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Or the Little Caesar Superdome, I believe it's called. Don't quote me on that. And they reneged. It's absolutely, Conrad, please come back in. It's absolutely reprehensible and disgusting. And we need to truly understand the gravity of this situation, Conrad. We really do.
I don't know what to say.
Tell me if anything I said just now was wrong.
No, it depends on. So this is how you got to view it. From one aspect, why do you guys care if you're not going to the show? It doesn't matter. People change venues. That's fine. But from what we do, podcasting. What?
Is that a comment that somebody put up?
What?
Why do you care?
No. People, I've heard this is just things that people say, like, why do you care as fans? It doesn't matter. But it does matter because Minnesota could use that money. They planned on getting that money. And all right, first, I'm going to touch on two things. One, The Rock. You sent this brother out here and embarrassed him. Now, he's essentially embarrassed. Who paid for The Block is Hot? And then The Block is Hot, The Block is Hot. Remember that? If you smell, I like hip hop. The Block is Hot, The Block is Hot. Like, we did all that for what reason, bro? What reason did we do that? I don't get it. Like, why did you waste your time? And if you're The Rock, Sean, how would you feel? I'm embarrassed, bro. I'm embarrassed.
It's embarrassing that he made the announcement. That's for sure.
Yeah, you wasted my time, and you're not going to waste my next appearance. So when he doesn't show up, oh man, why doesn't Dwayne want to show up? Don't worry, guys. You're getting Money in the Bank in 2016, though, in August. Like,
wow, just wow.
You can't substitute out that WrestleMania. They paid for WrestleMania. And I assume, Sean, this is me just assuming it's legal, that somewhere in the contract it says if a higher bidder shows up, what's the purpose of the bid process if someone could just take it? Then just pick who you're going to give it to.
Essentially.
I wouldn't bid anymore for it. Why would you? And do you lose your money? Like, I don't know what happens with that stuff. It's very weird.
It's unscrupulous, and it's really disheartening to hear what's taking place. There's just no honor. There's no honor in it.
Yeah. Triple H did this to make The Rock look bad. I don't think Triple H did it to make The Rock look bad, but I'm saying as a whole, as TKO, don't ever call me again to make an announcement unless you know it's going to happen for sure. Now I'm going to be weird about it anytime you ask me to do something. Like, show me that it's signed and it's sealed and it's done. I'm not going out there until that happens. But I guess that's how they do it. Logan James, welcome. Appreciate you. Might be a little bit on delay, but thank you. I'm done with Wayne. I don't know if you mean Little Wayne or Dwayne The Rock Johnson. TKO does not care about the fans. That is a fact. The shows, they're getting pricier. Sean, at what point do you tell people? You've been saying this since the beginning, bro. They do not care about you. I think you and Quills are the top two people that will yell this from the rooftop.
They don't.
Do not care anymore. This is not the family business that it once was. You remember that's how we used to feel. Like we felt heard when we didn't like something. It mattered. The older and older we get, I feel like it doesn't matter what I think. They don't care anymore. Like they don't care. Who's paying me? You know? All right, you'll pay. Sit down and get in the seats. And I don't know.
No, you do know, and you're hitting the nail right on that. At the end of the day, WWE does not care.
That might be a shirt guy will gamble. Hashtag what bid.
WWE doesn't care. They couldn't give a crap what we want, and obviously they don't care about agreements. I mean, for me, if you offered me Money in the Bank after you stiffed me on WrestleMania, I would. I mean, shout out to, in a sarcastic way, shout out to New Orleans for being pushovers.
I don't think it's them being pushovers. Sean, what do you do if they say we're pulling it?
I wouldn't want. I'd say, you know what, you could shove Money in the Bank up your butt.
And they're promised a WrestleMania later on down the line as well.
Please.
How many WrestleManias are they in the hole for now, though? I'm sure maybe they told
at least two.
But Indianapolis is owed one, and now you owe New Orleans one.
Yep.
How often are you? And the rumors are going to go to Vegas. How often are you going to go to Vegas? How often?
It looks like it's going to be back to back, like it was back in the day at Trump Plaza.
I mean, if that's what you're going to do, have fun. But I don't know. Not for me, man. Hopefully they could have a better Mania. At the end of the day, this is what they're going to do. We'll rock with it, I guess. We have no choice, right, as fans? I guess.
No choice, I guess.
Unless you want to make a stand for yourself. That's what I've been saying, though. Saturday night's main event, Sean. Announced for Saturday, July 12th. What do you know? Kawinky dink, huh?
Disgusting.
8 p.m.
And Saturday night event's going to be taped, by the way.
And we have WWE Evolution happening the next night. I wonder why.
Whoop-de-freaking do.
In Atlanta. You know what? Good for the Evolution show, though. I'm glad that they're going to get to showcase some of the women's wrestlers who probably haven't been featured on the PLE. So good for them. But yeah, man, I hope they provide cards that deliver. We're going to talk about that.
They won't. It'll be 5 matches apiece. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I'll let you get this.
Geez. Just when you think it couldn't get any worse.
From our friends,
of course, there's been talks internally about WWE is lining up things to finally launch NXT Europe later this year. Oh, jeez. Oh.
It works so well with NXT UK. If I'm New Orleans, go to Tony Khan. Where are you hosting All in 2027? Would you like the Superdome? You could do that. I think Tony Khan should give them Forbidden Door or something as soon as he can.
Yeah, agreed.
He could. I would do it. Evolution 2 versus Beyonce. I did hear that Beyonce's happening like right next door to them. And I've heard that's also the reason why they haven't announced that WrestleMania show in Vegas is because there's someone performing there and they refuse to move the date now.
Ooh.
So there's a little
WWE's not going to learn until they end up getting stiffed in the end. Like WWE, I don't know if it'll ever happen, but because they could have it, for all they know, they can always have it on the roof of the Titan Towers, but they're not going to learn until they end up getting like nothing. They're when they have to do I mean, all due respect, no disrespect into when they have to do WrestleMania in Hartford, or when they have to do WrestleMania in El Paso, Texas, they'll probably learn their lesson. Oh, well, Chicago's not available, New York's not available, LA's not available. Okay, well, we're WrestleMania live from Waco, Texas.
It could be anywhere. And I think that's one of the things. Someone said TKO's killing WWE. Here's the problem. I don't want to get on my business high horse with this. They're a corporation. Their job is to make money at the end of the day. They don't care about nothing else, Sean. Sean, if you told me this could kill your company and fan interest if you do this, but you'll make $12 million in the meantime, they're like, well, hold on here.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear the words I said before, though? It could kill your company, but there's $12 million on the line, right? And that's what they do. They start, I don't know. Maybe we should take the 12 million. And that's a serious question that you have to do.
And what kind of person is that? What kind of person just lays down and does stuff for money?
I'm not repeating the word that you've been using lately, but yeah. Yes.
I mean, no, I'm asking. I'm asking. Maybe I'm. What kind of person just lays down and just does stuff for the benefit of cash?
I wrote something earlier that YouTube said I could not put up, and I will not say that word either. But yes, yes, there's a word
exactly.
for it,
you know what I want to say.
Yes.
Thank you, Easy.
Your words, E. Your words. This is equivalent of WCW being a corporation-owned company and not a family company anymore. The only difference is WWE was way more successful than WCW. Well, this is their main focus. So right now, I think they're in the too big to fail. But here's the thing I think you have to worry about. It's not now. It's the down the line. All of this backbiting, cutting. Did you hear what Coach said this week? I can't believe I'm actually using Coach as a reference. Whatever. He said that he's heard that Gomez, the only person that he has contact with is Shane still. He does not speak to his son-in-law or his daughter. And that's something I never thought I would say.
Interesting.
Yeah. And maybe that's because he's close with Shane's his grandkids on Shane's side, but very interesting. And I know we're speculating on people's lives. I don't really want to get super deep into it, but I just wanted that. So remember that later, like years and years down the line, when something happens and it's like, well, who's going to run this company now? Oh, it'll be my friend George. He knows nothing about wrestling, but he's a good businessman. This is the stuff that ended up hurting other companies, but it'll take years for that to happen. So,
Quills and Emily's taking my destination of WrestleMania thing to a new level. I love it.
Yes. Rock and Ranger Cruise, Quills. Someone asked Tony how he felt about other companies scheduling around his. He basically said the professional term of IDGAF. I'll let you figure out what that stands for. Tony also gave a history lesson that me and Sean have given multiple times about Jim Crockett Promotions. This has been going on.
Same thing, bro.
But people will act blind to this. That's what drives me crazy. Someone said it the other day, like, oh, yeah, they started with WWE first. And I was like, Hall of Fame?
By the way, I'd like to make an exciting announcement. WrestleMania 42 is going to take place on the sound stage of Disney in Orlando, Florida.
WrestleMania live from
I'm telling you, man, that's the only way they're going to learn, Conrad. They need to be stiff to the point where they end up having to settle for a second-rate venue, bro. WrestleMania live from I don't know. Give me a city. Like WrestleMania from Flint, Michigan.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we'll see
what
what happens.
You know what? Orlando. New Orleans should have been like, you know what? I'm done with you guys.
But they're always offering something new, Sean.
Oh, jeez.
WWE Worlds Collide. You know who's not on there? Their world champion. Does not spell good things. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, June 7th, Saturday.
Exclusively on YouTube. What a joke.
In English and Espanol. That you are going to have AAA and WWE from the Los Angeles Forum. We got Rey Mysterio on the poster. We see several SmackDown wrestlers, Rey Fenix, Is there a Penta? I'm looking. I don't see Penta on here. I see Javon Evans, though. Psycho Clown, Stephanie Baker, Lola Vice. They're trying. They're going to try and put something together here. Is that Laredo Kid up there? I mean, we'll see. The poster looks cool. Rey Mysterio is definitely not wrestling. So,
well, right, yeah, Rey's hurt.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do and pull out of this.
It'll be passable because the athletes of AAA are very good, but it's going to be a WWE version of it.
100%. 100%. Let's talk real quick.
WrestleMania.
Here.
Cray says WrestleMania live from Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's great.
Live here from Smoky Mountain.
That's right. There you go. Oh man, I would be great.
Sean, did you happen to see Battleground?
I saw Battleground this morning as I was preparing for my family barbecue.
I did not see the last two matches. I got stopped, and then I ended up helping someone ride a bicycle. So.
The Soundtrack of Life by Sean Hubbard. Let's go.
Yo, you saw I used that for our song today.
Yes, very cool.
I was feeling it. I thought this was a fine show thus far from what I've seen.
It was good. It was good. Yeah,
so
it was better than Saturday night's main event.
When I sent you that text, I said both women's matches were killing.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Bangers.
Lonnie Jordan. I still don't. So real quick, and this is a minor nitpick because I think the move is very cool. I don't like the amount of cooperation it takes for Ruka to hit her finish. It's very like, you know what I mean? It looks so cool, like a RKO, the Soul Snatcher, but I'm like, bro, you didn't see that coming? You didn't see this coming?
It did look like she walked right. I mean, it did look like, Jordan walked right into it, but I mean, it still looked dope though.
Yeah, no, it looks fantastic though.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic. I'm mad that everyone in here started chanting.
I'm gonna do it again. You ready? Let's do it again, guys. Everybody.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah, man. Let's go.
Man. Let me fly through these, man. You got Hank and Tank. They were taking on Sean Spears and his crew. You had the battle of the family going on here with Tony D'Angelo and Stax. Stax has arrived. He was able to pick up a big W. Miles Bourne and Oba Femi. I'm on that match right now. I'm pretty sure Oba ends up.
Yeah, Oba retained. I don't want to tell you. I mean, I knew, and I know who wins these other two up here. Stephanie Baker and Jordan Grace, I thought was pretty good. Baker found a way to keep the dub. I think they're going to need to keep her around for these other shows that they have planned with like AAA. I don't know if she's going to be on them per se. Maybe not wrestling, but hopefully they give her protection. Like I said, I don't want to get into the whole thing with the roster, but she's got beef with a lot of them as well. Any love for Jordan Grace in this one, Sean? Sure. A lot of love for her. I can't stand her.
Let me see here. Oh my goodness. BJ, before we get to Trick, he said, I want to say this, and this is no disrespect to Trick as a wrestler. It's more geared towards how low WWE's made TNA. AEW gave you Christian and Omega as champions, and WWE gives you NXT developmental Trick Williams.
BJ, let me tell you something. You're not disrespecting Trick Williams. You're calling it for what it is. WWE is not giving the proper respect to the TNA championship. Trick Williams is a very good wrestler, and he is in the developmental territory. You're not saying anything. It's not disrespecting Trick Williams. It's saying that WWE does not respect TNA. And the fact that TNA goes along with this, it's like TNA is getting slapped in the face, and they're like, you know what? It's cool. It's cool.
It's all right,
I mean, WWE is making TNA its
beep. It's right there. Hendry and Trick Williams, they got to lock it up, man. Trick is the new TNA.
He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Not anymore.
Yo, Guy Will Campbell is wild. I just saw the comment at the bottom of the screen.
Oh
TNA
wow!
must be in the BDSM.
Yo, Guy Will Campbell is out there. That was dope. That was pretty good.
T-Ferg said, when will the sale of TNA be announced at WWE? I'm guessing Joe Hendry is gone. Joe Hendry is out at the end of the year, bro. Trust me. He'll be around, but he's going to be gone. Trick Williams is going to be someone that you can have go up against. To me, the next guy is Mike Santana. You got him locked down for a little bit.
Oh, Santana is the next TNA champion.
Gotta be. And I think that's your next move here. And I do think WWE is going to see his work, and I think they're going to snatch him up for NXT.
What else is new?
You heard it here first. I couldn't believe they didn't have Ricky Starks and Ethan Page on this card either. They had them in
they're going to open up. They're going to open up NXT on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Open up NXT on Tuesday. Fantastic. And the winner gets to defend the title at Worlds Collide. I mean, what kind of booking is this? Damn. I mean,
put your bootstraps on, kid. I'll show you how.
It's reprehensible, man. It's reprehensible.
I'll say this though, I do think Shawn needs some help with like who they give him as far as booking that NXT like world title division. There's not a lot of people for Oba. Oba's waiting for Ricky Starks at this point. Like, can we?
You know what they say? You can't always make chicken salad from chicken.
Doo-doo. Going into Saturday night's main event, we opened up here with Sami Zayn and CM Punk. Match of the tires. Form like how the Sega games used to make the music, the 8-bit. So we got ourselves a pretty solid tag match with Rollins and Braun Breaker. I did not think that they were losing. We did get a reveal,
and you called it.
I mentioned that it was a possibility. I'm gonna give a shout out to our friend.
When it came out, I thought about you. I was like, Conrad called that.
I thought about our friend too, though, Malik, No Name Wrestling Podcast. Check him and his crew out on Sundays. They were talking about this. They had an interesting conversation. And have you ever agreed with both sides of an opinion? It was Bronson Reed makes sense. Bronson Reed doesn't make sense. Where do you fall on that first before I even tell you?
I think it should be Sami Zayn, and I think they're dropping the ball that it's not Sami Zayn. There's nobody other than Sami Zayn that could have come out that would have made me happy. But that's just me.
So let's put it in perspective things. And the chat.
Sami Zayn should have beat the crap out of CM Punk with a steel chair. That would have made me so happy.
Yeah, dude. So here's the crazy thing.
But that's a good idea. So you know what that means.
Seth Rollins probably wants to team with Bronson Reed, right? He beat me up. It's better to have him on my side than against me. He could do some damage, and he's got the beef with Punk because Punk, he could say, is the reason why his ankle got broken, right? Right. Mm-hmm. On the flip side, though, if you're Bronson Reed, why would you take orders from Seth and them when you've already shown that you could destroy them? Like, I can beat you up. Why do I need to be over here with you? And
why are you making sense right now? WWE doesn't do that.
But I agree with both sides of it, though. Like, Seth wanting him makes sense. I also think Bronson saying no makes sense. Like, nah, I ain't doing that. So it was very interesting what happened here. But he ended up taking out Punk and Sami Zayn. Definitely things that they have going on here. Let me see here. So underhanded. PLE Saturday night's main event. WWE, please leave Jesse Ventura alone. Oh, we'll get to Jesse in a second here. After that, we did have the U.S. Women's Championship match. Zelina Vega, Chelsea Green. I felt bad for people piling on Zelina a little bit there for her mistake. It was not the worst 619 of all time. That belongs to Tongaloa in New Japan, but come on.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, though. It was the worst one in American wrestling.
Here we go.
The worst 619 on this continent.
Stop making it undisputable fact, Sean. That is not appreciated. She did get the win over Chelsea. I was surprised by it. I thought they might go back to Chelsea once they made the match. After I got done watching a little Hubbonomics, and they announced it on SmackDown. But Zelina Vega picks up the win.
By the way, isn't it ironic that she did the worst 619 in United States history? Just throwing that out there, guys.
This guy here. After that, what was it? Was it Cena and Truth or McIntyre?
The next match on the card was Cena and Truth.
How'd you feel about this?
It was a disgrace. It was a disgrace. R-Truth being in the match was a disgrace. The way they act, the way he acts, being John Cena's like he's childhood. That childhood hero thing is not funny anymore. It's just pathetic. I don't like it. John Cena hitting him with the belt after the match. All of a sudden, everything that happened. You got to remember, everything now. When John Cena looked like he had remorse back at Backlash, now I guess that's out the window.
Well, yeah, maybe people are leading too much into it, and it's just a ploy. Clown said I would have switched Bronson, having him be the heavy for Solo and have Cobb with Seth instead.
I think we need to ask the chat to change the W, one of the W's in World Wrestling Entertainment. Like, it's World. What's the second W going to now stand for? We need to change it. WWE, World Blank Entertainment. Chat, let us know. Because it's not wrestling.
Was this the last time John Cena wrestles his cousin Ron? I did see R-Truth had like the old shirt with him on it too, with R-Truth on it. I was like, what?
Oh, and by the way, Conrad, just want to let you guys know that this is the last time John Cena is ever going to step foot in the city of Tampa or in the state of Florida.
Like, dude, R-Truth, I just watched him win the NWA championship in TNA. I think TNA happened to post it. I was like, let me watch this real quick. I miss that guy. You know what I mean? I wish he never went too deep into the comedy route, but I understand. Do what you got to do. It's weird. It is. We have Whack, Weirdest, Wonder, Wordy.
I like all those because it's certainly, like I said, it's certainly not wrestling.
Yo, Damian Priest and Drew. It's basically more of the same, but in a cage, right? Jesse Ventura, bro. Sean, I have to get your thoughts on this because you're an old school fan. Jesse Ventura buried the finish of this match. I'm not talking like he just threw a little dirt on it. I'm talking he went like, nah, give me the crane. Done. Why walk out of the cage? Why are you doing that?
I don't see any lies, though. I don't see any lies. Maybe he didn't understand the rules. But Jesse, they're taking a chance having Jesse out there because Jesse said whatever he wants.
Yeah, he always did.
So at the end of the day, I love it. What a terrible, what a cheap victory. I loved it. He
put down Damian Priest. Very, very good. And after that, we find out Drew McIntyre seems to be taking time off from WWE, possibly.
Oh, that's great.
Wow. Sean.
I'm glad they have a plethora of stars ready to take his place.
Yeah, and hopefully this will allow them to reset Drew here. And I don't know what's next for Priest.
Nothing's next for Priest except the mid-card. Next.
Here's the main event. We had Jey Uso taking on Logan Paul. This was Jey Uso's finest moment here. But they really
They stole it from him. Cody Rhodes. Oh.
They added Cena to the mix in this, and then others, and Cody Rhodes made his return. And you're probably like, well, how did John Cena get out there? These two made it kind of about them versus the World Heavyweight Championship, even though they're different shows. What? I don't know. Cody got a tremendous reaction, but
WWE sucks.
Well, let's talk about the match, though, Sean. It's made already. Money in the Bank, Saturday, June 7th, 8 Eastern.
Yeah, Seth Rollins is going to win and then cash in and take the title from Jey. We all know what's going to happen.
I don't know if it happens here. I don't see it happening here.
Oh, really?
No. No, I think Jey.
I'll tell you who's going to get the pin and his music played. Certainly not going to be Jey Uso.
That could happen too. I think. Logan might
you really are taking this glass is half full thing a little bit too far.
Who needs it win? Who needs the win more? Cody.
Who needs a win?
Yes. Jay needs the win more out of all these
And
four.
what makes you think WWE is going to do the right thing?
Well, I don't have that much.
Have you been watching the product?
Yes, sir.
Like, this is what I'm talking about. You really anger me sometimes. Oh, Jay really needs the win. We know that, Conrad. We know that.
Yo, here he goes. Cody was gone.
It really would be good for Jey Uso to get the win. Like, maybe he can even pin John Cena.
Hold on now. Hold on. You better put some bass in your voice when you're making fun of my voice. All right. Number one. Number two. I think so. Like, I just want you to look at this logically, though, Sean. If Cody pens Cena, don't make me laugh. If Cody pens Cena, okay, you just killed the match. Like, all right, great. Why do that? Cody pens Logan, who cares? You've already done that. Jay penning Cena, they're not going for that.
Conrad, for all we know, Logan Paul could pin Jey Uso in the tag match and get a rematch for the World Heavyweight title. WWE, chat, I appeal to you, chat. What is this guy talking? This educated black man who I have come to know and respect, actually, like, talking. WWE doesn't do the right thing, Conrad Cushman. What are you talking about? You're laying things out like, this would be great if Jey Uso. We all know that, Conrad. We know it would be awesome if WWE would do the right thing when it comes to business practices, when it comes to matchmaking, when it comes to talent, when it comes to releases, when it comes to shows, when it comes to pay-per-view matches, when it comes to PLEs, when it comes to... They don't do the right thing. Why are you all of a sudden now on the, you know what? This would be awesome if WWE did this. That sounds like a good idea. You know what that means. I came up with the catchphrase, Conrad. Because WWE doesn't do the right thing.
But listen.
No, take another second to internalize.
Okay, listen. SummerSlam has 2 nights. I saw what Clown put. Clown thinks that Seth's going to come out and bye-bye Jay having the title. They could do that. And to me, that's wild. Why would you do that, in my opinion? I get it. Like, Sean, you're saying you have no faith. But you have 2 nights of SummerSlam. You're going to need...
What does that mean? I'll let you finish.
You're going to need multiple big matches if you want this to work. If you want to
continue having matches with a 2-night WrestleMania?
What
are you talking about, Conrad?
But Sean, we would hope that they realize that there were errors in WrestleMania.
Conrad, your justification for your logic is that SummerSlam is 2 nights, and they need to have big matches on both nights. I'm asking you a question. Did WrestleMania live up to expectations?
It could have been better. No, it's the Blitz.
So, in the name of all that's holy and righteous, makes you think they're going to do the right thing now?
I'm hoping, Sean, that you're thinking creatively. At least that's what Triple H is in the role for, right? That you're going to want to do better.
Conrad, I don't know what's going on with you. Maybe you had a little libations, celebrate Memorial Day.
Just water, sir.
I don't know what you're thinking about, but you know something?
I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt. I'm saying...
Why? What? No, we're not doing benefit of the doubt. We're not going to say, you know what? Maybe when we drive down the street and we see the red light, maybe that means it's going to turn green again and turn back around. We're not going to do that. We're not going to play hypotheticals, Conrad. WWE does not do what the fans want them to do unless it just happens to work out that way. WWE has been fumbling the ball for years. I came up with a phrase that is now our phrase. You know what that phrase says? That sounds like a good idea. ... You know what that means. WWE has no right to expect us to give them the benefit of the doubt. Your point was that WWE just has SummerSlam coming up that's going to be a 2-night spectacular. And now you're saying because it's going to 2 nights. They need to have big matches. We just watched a WrestleMania that was one of the worst in history and the most expensive at the same time. And you have faith that SummerSlam's going to be less than dog crap? More than dog crap? Why?
First off, I did not say spectacle. What I'm trying to say is, Sean,
because Party B's going to be there. Are you fired up about that, Conrad?
Big bad. No, I know I'm a PG show. Listen, what I'm trying to say is I'm hoping that they're putting their best foot forward. I don't want to just say like, oh, they're going in and whatever. Like, dude, put your best foot forward. Think about some of the stuff that you're going to do here, and I hope that it's a good show. That's all I can say as a fan. Like, I'm hoping it's a good show. By the way, you have more submissions in here for what does the W stand for? World Wrongdoing Entertainment from BJ. Matt Lopez has put Washed Wankers Entertainment.
I like that.
World Washed Entertainment.
I like that too.
Is Roman pretty much done with WWE as a full-timer? Yeah, it's game over.
He's done when he... Oh, yeah, full-timer, yes. And he's going to be done, period, after his contract runs out.
Yes. Roman Reigns coming back to help Jay. Like I said, maybe Cosmopolitan Conrad is out of control. Delayed Gretsch joined in. If something comes to the country center, we're going. WWE is so big.
The Westchester County Center, yeah.
Oh,
by the way, WrestleMania 42, the Westchester County Center. In White Plains.
Is that where TNA
hosts 2,500 people?
WWE is so mid these days, LOL.
It is.
World Wasted Entertainment. Yeah. Listen,
and by the way, guys, we all know that Conrad, I'm just joking with Conrad. Conrad tries to see the best in things. I don't subscribe to that bullcrap way of thinking. I love the fact that you see the good in everything, and you try and give love to situations where there is no justification for it. There is no justification, but there is justification for reading Delayed Grat's comment because he gave us a $10 super chat and he says, "Happy Memorial Day." And boy, was it memorable. Hangman's Redemption Tour continues. Mercedes Moné is about to prove WWE was wrong about her. Tony Storm is not SFW. And Swerve Staple D's you-know-whats. Shout out to Delayed Grats, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Delayed Grats. Appreciate the love, man. $10 super chat goes.
And by the way, that's yet another segue that I just crushed.
Absolutely.
Because we're the best of the business. Conrad, WWE has no faith for me because WWE doesn't deserve it. Like I said from the mountaintops, Conrad, just because they got one right with Jey Uso does not mean I'm going to forget about the millions they got wrong.
Tony Storm is not safe for work, Delayed Grat said.
WrestleMania 42 in Prospect Park.
On a Tuesday.
NXT Mania. Oh, my.
You guys are tripping right now.
Yo,
what's up with
not out to Long Island, but that would be a downgrade for sure.
Cross, I don't know why Cross isn't in Money in the Bank.
I don't know. Killer Cross has an amazing, amazing interview and hasn't been seen on TV since.
Yeah. We're going to run down Raw here in 1 second. I do want to take a brief minute here. I want to honor the times here for season 2 here of we only got one more week of this. Next week's Muhammad Hassan. Looking forward to Sean's thoughts. This guy out here, folks. Pack him up. He's done. The show is done. We're on episode 9.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm sorry.
Why did you just do that theme song, bro? What is wrong with you?
Oh, that was great. That was fantastic. I can't believe I just did that. Okay, good.
Wild guy. We did a podcast a long time ago, and Sean did that out of nowhere. We were all like,
it was nuts. It was nuts.
Daffney. I want to focus on Daffney from
Yes, serious.
Man, dude, like this one broke my heart. This is one of the saddest episodes I think of the series this year.
Yeah, it was tough.
If you didn't know, she was the Scream Queen in WCW. She tagged with Crowbar, who was also known as Devon Storm, and David Flair. I thought David Flair played this character better than being Ric Flair's son. I thought he was better as the crazy guy with the tire iron, and they were screaming and being wild. I don't know if you felt the same way. Maybe you liked him better as David Flair.
I liked him better as David Flair from a comedic standpoint, but this group was cool. Yes.
David Flair's best moment is still getting beat up by Undertaker in the OVW bathroom.
I think so.
Undertaker's just pounding him. He's like, "What are you doing? Beating you up. What does it look like I'm doing?" He just rocked him. He's fantastic. Man, that's one of my favorite moments from WrestleMania 18 in the build-up. That and all the stuff with Rock. But she was just fantastic. She was the glue that put the group together, like a character that just made you like, oh, I get what this is. I get what it is. And seemed like a beautiful person inside and out. Helped a lot of wrestlers. I actually was just talking to Ivelisse from Lucha Underground, and she just mentioned, like, yeah, without her, man, she meant a lot to me. And we had a conversation on TikTok during her TikTok live. Very cool, man, just to know everything she did, man. And I just had to get a couple of these photos, and then that's her with Bailey right there. Just a really, really cool person. And I just remember the night, how everything ended, and I don't want to even talk about it too much, but
yeah, it's kind of
yeah, I just remember everyone like saying like it was happening, and I was like, what? Nah, there's no way, man. Like, I hope that's not true. And then you found out it was. And yeah, it just sucks how like it reminds you of the importance of how you treat wrestlers. And I hope that's a reminder to all the owners. Like, if someone gets injured in your ring, I think it's kind of your responsibility to take care of it. Yeah, and that TNA spot where she went through the barbed wire table, like, never the same again after that, just landed wrong.
She was before her time. She was a hardcore female before hardcore females were cool. Definitely gone way too soon. It's a shame.
Yeah. Yo, BJ, chill, BJ. Yeah. R.I.P. to Daffney, man. Like I said, that was a tough one to watch. And tomorrow nights will be Muhammad Hassan's, and next week me and Sean will wrap up Dark Side of the Ring. I think it's been fun just bringing this up as a little topic.
Oh, absolutely. Dark Side of the Ring. I actually have reached out to the creators of Dark Side of the Ring. I'm trying to get them on the show. I think they've been absolutely phenomenal in what they put together.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Just fantastic work by them. Sounds kind of lame without Daffney and David's relationship. I wouldn't have got the courage to ask out my next door neighbor who became my wife. Hey, clown, respect,
wow,
man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, chill, man. Biker Taker was wilding in the build-up with Ric Flair. He was, man. He was. Thank you, E, for telling everyone to like the video. Yes, she was 46. It was a sad affair. Truly a story from Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah, 100% delayed grats. Much respect, man. And it's about that time, man. We're going to get ready to get you guys on out of here. Let's talk about what's on Raw tonight. We got some Money in the Bank qualifying matches. Sean, I could have swore somebody had them down before. Let me see if I can find it. For Money in the
Bank. Finn, Seth, and somebody.
Finn Balor. Let me see here. What am I typing? Preview. Hey, no, don't do that. I can't be no tears tonight. No tears. This guy, Sean, this is gonna come out the paycheck one of these weeks, man.
Mm-hmm.
We got, you said Finn Balor, Seth, and Sami Zayn is one. We also have Dragon Lee, Penta, and Chad Gable in another. Rusev takes on Tozawa. It's Monday, baby. And we do have a tag team title match as well. Delay Grad says, I'm watching the Double or Nothing replay on Triller. I bet
watching Double or Nothing for the second time is going to be more exciting than watching Raw live.
We got a tag title match here. I don't know if we're going to get a title change, but the New Day are going up against oh my God, I almost call them the Alpha Academy. What's their names now?
The Creed Brothers.
American Made. Made. I had to hear the American Made.
Whose stupid wrestler was that song for?
Honestly, they should just come out to it one time, in my opinion. If Jimmy Hart has the right still, just let it happen.
God help us all.
And then we have the Viking Raiders in there as well. I don't know what they're going to do to mix it up. Penta winning easily both of his opponents on the line. Matt makes the most sense here that Penta's got both of his opponents on there. Yeah. Ooh, harsh. Rusev, thumbs down.
Rusev, what about Rusev Master?
Sean, we gotta American males. Could you imagine they come out to that instead?
American American man. By the way, those are actually words. Those are the exact words. And for Quills, I see Quills. We're like the Mounties. We're handsome, we're brave, we're strong. We're like the Mounties, because we enforce the law. Everybody, you can try to run, but you can never hide. We're like the Mounties. We always get our man. Everybody.
Sean, please take us out of here and end this episode of
the greatest tag team in the history of pro Degeneration X, the Hart Foundation, Doom, the Horsemen, they all pale in comparison to Jacques and Pierre, the Quebec, accompanied to the ring by none other than Johnny by God Polo. With that being said, on behalf of my good friend Conrad Cushman, my name is Sean Hubbard. It is a pleasure to be with you guys tonight. This was a whole lot of fun. I don't know what you're talking about, Easy. I think the Quebecers were the best tag team combination in history. They beat the Hart Brothers. They submitted the Hart Brothers. They made the Hart Brothers quit. Like
the referee's decision. No one quit.
Bret Hart gave up like a no good so-and-so. What a loser that Bret Hart was, that he just gave up. And you know what? It's because of him that he got his leg kicked out of his leg. And we all know it. And that's the bottom line, because Hub said so. With that being said, everybody, we appreciate you guys being here. Such a pleasure. This was a lot of fun. Conrad, you're the man, brother. So on behalf of Conrad, I'm Sean. We'll see you Friday for Hubonomics. We'll see you Wednesday, Derek and Conrad, right here on the EPW channel for AEW on EPW. And like I said, Hubonomics on Friday, next Monday, 6:05. You already know what it is, man. This is Clash of the Podcasts. God bless, be encouraged. Evil never prevails. Later.